Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square with T-Square Talks. So hope everybody's having a great day. It is Sunday. I got a super exciting video. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday with your family. Hope you guys are enjoying your 3-day weekend, if it is a 3-day weekend for you. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about something really cool today for a lot of people. Not so much for me, but it's going to be an interesting question to read y'all's comments on this subject. It's a very popular subject. I've talked to a lot of people. This question came up. Oh, I'll tell you real quick what it is. It's basically Morgan dollars and peace dollars, really old Morgans versus generic ounces of silver. And what I mean by that, I don't mean a beat up generic ounce. I mean, we'll say even a nice, fancy looking, regular 1 ounce silver round versus an old Morgan dollar. And I've got a bunch here in front of me that we're going to take a look at here in a few minutes. If you guys enjoy this video, please take a quick thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. What would you rather have? A 1 ounce silver round that is 1 full ounce, 999 silver, or a 90% Morgan or peace dollar, or Morgan dollar, whichever you prefer, that is only 0.77 ounces at 90%. So the reason this comment came up, I was talking to a friend last night. We were emailing back and forth, and by the end of the conversation, it left me stumped. He showed me his goals list. We talk a lot back and forth via email, and I looked at his goals list, and some of the stuff I was like, oh, sweet, that's cool. Oh, that's nice, I got that. Oh, wow, that's cool. Oh, heck, why would he want that? And I'll be honest, it was 500 Morgan dollars. And that means, you've got 500 Morgan dollars. You're talking, we're going to say 77 times 5, roughly 400 ounces of silver maybe in there, even though it's 500 coins. A little less than 400 actually. But, I want to hear y'all's thoughts, because when I'd seen that, I said, man, that's the biggest waste of money in my personal opinion. And then as the day went on, I talked to multiple people that I talk to on a fairly regular basis and asked them their thoughts. And a fair amount of them said, well, keep in mind, T, you're a prepper. You are a stacker. You are only concerned about weight. If the end of the world comes, and I don't mean the end of the world, I mean the bottom falls out of the dollar and it goes worthless, and we're in Venezuela. Literally, we're living from America, the #1 country in the world, or at least we were, but, we're slowly slipping. We still probably are right now, but it's slowly going away, I think, to the bottom of the barrel, Venezuela. And if you think that that's not possible, it's something I think about often. And the reason I think about it is because Venezuela was the #1 country in South America. And as time went on, they were the most devastated country in South America. So think about that. You went from the #1 to the worst. And a lot of that happens because people take for granted their position they're in. It happens everywhere. It happens people with jobs even. And as they take for granted, they don't stay focused. They don't work hard necessarily. And I mean, there are people in the United States that work hard, but a lot of people have found ways to game the system and stuff. And I'm not saying anybody particular. I'm just saying it as it happens. Social programs get out of hand and they continue to grow rapidly. Government starts more and more free programs to gain votes, and then money gets sent to other countries, and I won't say kickbacks come back, but I'm sure a fair amount of kickbacks do take place. And so where I'm going with that is it can happen. So the question, though, is which would you rather have? Would you rather have some old Morgan dollars? I'm going to tell you guys some pros and cons, because I did talk about that today, and I'm going to tell you guys some essentially negatives to it. Now, here's the thing. For the longest time, you could get an ounce of silver for about the same price as a Morgan dollar. And you might pay a little bit more now. However, that's going to depend on the person. That's going to depend on where you guys shop. I can tell you when I look online, I see the two roughly the same price, even though there's a big difference in it. As stated before, a Morgan dollar is great in the sense of the historical value. Jesse James, Billy the Kid, this Morgan dollar could have been used. You know, think about all the places, all the people that held that Morgan dollar. I'm going to pull some of these out real quick. Now, they're not all Morgan dollars, as you can see, but we're going to take out the whole stack real quick. We'll separate out the junk, which these right here are junk. They're just Eisenhower's because she didn't know what she had. She just had them all in one box. I said, look, these are just, you know, junk, in my opinion. You know, maybe a couple bucks a piece at best. Let's see. These are all Morgans. Beat up, as you can see. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to show this one because I don't like the looks of it. Let me see if I can kind of zoom in. I'll show you guys a little bit more. So you can see that they are beat up, dirty. I know someone's going to be like, what date is that? I won't be able to look at every date, though, because it would turn into a show and tell. Maybe I'll do a short later on where I'll show you guys all the dates if you guys want just to look at them. So here's the deal, though. You can get the gist of what a Morgan dollar is. If you don't already know, this is Morgan dollar. I'm just pulling out one real quick. Someone's going to be like, what the heck, dude? Don't throw them in the box. Especially the person that's going to get these. So here we go. We're pulling this out. I mean, they're already beat up, in my opinion. That's why I just kind of toss them in there. But like I said, I know some people will be like, don't disrespect them like that. Okay, so let's talk about this now. So here and here. Pros and cons. This has good historical value. It's really recognized. It doesn't matter who you are. You know what this coin is. You know it's silver. You don't really know it's real. This could be faked, but this could be fake too. You don't know. I know because I have testers. I have a Sigma. I have, different ways of testing it. But some people will actually say you can weigh it, you can ping it, you can measure it, you can magnet test it. There's a lot of things you can do. Cons is 0.77 ounce for the same amount of money as a full ounce. So like I said, someone told me today, he's like, but keep in mind, T, you're in it for weight. You have no sense of history. You will literally junk away anything you find of value for 2 ounces instead of 1. And in this case, getting 1 full ounce for 0.77 ounces is a no-brainer. Now, I know some of them might be worth 2 ounces or whatever. I mean, a little bit more. But in general, I look at what I paid for stuff. And I know this is going to be a hot topic. That's why I really want people to answer their opinion. What would you rather have, this or this? If the end of the world comes, by end of the world, I mean all of a sudden the dollar collapses. If the end of the world comes, it doesn't matter. Silver ain't going to save you. If you ain't been saved yet, you're probably too late. However, we're talking a collapse of the currency. The United States just plunging and prices just going astronomical to the point where you can't afford a dozen eggs if you ain't got a good amount of money or real money. Here's the thing though. You got one of these, I can probably guarantee you someone will trade you a dozen eggs. How do I know that? Because I've actually traded silver dimes like you see back here for a dozen eggs before. People are going to be like, what? Are you serious? 100%. When my son had his chicken business going, where we had chickens and we were getting more eggs than I could imagine. We actually had 120 something chickens at one point, basically in the city. People were like, what the heck, dude? People thought I was nuts, and I am a little bit. But here's the thing. During the whole cough, and you couldn't get eggs, I was still swimming in them. I was getting like 4 or 5 dozen eggs a day. And everybody came out of the woodwork and asked me for eggs. And I can tell you, if you had any kind of silver, you were guaranteed to get your eggs over paper currency. Why? Because I knew that this will be here down the road. Paper currency, I mean, I figured paper currency would still be here when it was over, but I'd rather have the silver, point blank, let's be honest. Now, when it comes to this, though, a 1 ounce coin, this is pure silver. There's no extraction process. I don't need to refine it down. It's 1 ounce. It's an even weight. I know exactly how much it is. This is great for fractional silver. I'll be honest, the Morgan is a good fractional coin. For fractional, I do have a ton of Mercury dimes. You can see 4 rolls sitting right around here somewhere. There's 3 there, and then there's a half of one kind of tucked in the back over here somewhere. Is this it? Yeah, there's the other half. I had to take some out of that one. And then I have a lot more than that. But, you know, I find it interesting that people put this as a coin. Now, here's what I'm hoping to see in the comments. I don't just want to see, if you say Morgan, I would like to see why you say Morgan. And if you say 1 ounce silver, I'm curious why you say 1 ounce. I can tell you point blank, I would bet anything I own 100%. Personally, my opinion though, not financial advice, that silver is going to go to the moon someday. And what do I mean by to the moon? The dollar's going to collapse at some point, and it will pretty much only be good here in the United States. And silver will be priced at $200, $250 an ounce, and maybe even upwards of that. How do I come up with that? Because if you're using paper and it becomes worthless, I mean, if something's worthless, how much of a worthless item would you take for an ounce of silver? You would have to give me a lot of worthless items in order for me to give you an ounce of silver, because it's worthless. Now, right now, people still accept the dollar as value. They still use it. But here's the thing. Look at what's going on. Look at what they're doing. They're mass printing it. The debt is out of control. It seems like it's one big experiment, and it can't last forever. So, I mean, who knows? Now, I understand these are American. The history, you know, has people like it. The person made a joke at the end that his stack is as American as apple pie. And it was, in my opinion. Had a lot of cool stuff. And I'm going to share that list with you guys in an upcoming video, especially if I can put together one of the items on the list. I'm thinking about trying to pull one and say, yep, I got one done. I may try to do the whole list, although when I show you the list, you can be like, what the heck? That ain't possible. And personally, it's a big list. But I guess you got to have goals, like I said. So with that being said, I would love to hear, I got to show up one peace dollar because some people may not know what a peace dollar is. And if you guys want to see the whole list of what's in the box, let me know. And maybe I will do a quick little video in the evening and show you guys everything. This is just a 1922 peace dollar. But for some people don't know what a Morgan or a peace dollar is. So there's one of each. There's the back of them. Or the reverse. Somebody might correct me on that. Like I said, I'm not a coin collector. I am just a stacker. I'm investing in what I think is severely undervalued. And like I said, it's a no-brainer to me. That's why I put up some of them shorts the other day where silver was just off the charts. And back then it was dirt cheap. You know, I started buying 15 bucks. Gold at $999. So who knows? We'll see what happens. So let me know your comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this video probably wasn't for everybody because some of y'all are just stacking ounces and that's all you care about. And I'll be honest, I'm after ounces. So let me know in the comments below. I love to hear y'all's opinions of what you think. And I thank y'all for watching. So take care, everybody, and have a great day.